Hey everyone, I hope you're all well. It's day 11 post-op and I'm up and I'm dressed and I've got my hair done and I've got my makeup on. It was a bit of a chore getting there, but that's what you do on your daughter's birthday, isn't it? My little girl Coral is 7 today, which means that 7 years ago I was sitting in a hospital bed having had a C-section with this little bundle of joy in my arms, and she continues to be a bundle of joy. And today, for her birthday, she really wanted to go out for Sunday lunch. So that is what we did. Getting ready was hard. I really appreciate how fit I was before this op, because even having a shower, drying my hair and putting makeup on, I felt exhausted afterwards. And then going for lunch has made me feel even more exhausted, albeit it was lovely. I have to say, I didn't really want to go because I haven't got anything to wear that fits me. And what I've been doing, as some of you know, is measuring my thighs and the swelling in my thighs, and that's been really keeping me going because I can see that they're reducing every few days. So I decided today to do the same with my waist. And before I went in to hospital, my waist was just over 29 inches, a bit bigger than what it was when I finished the body coach, because the trainee gain regime was very carb heavy and meant that I put an extra centimetre on around my waist, an extra inch. But I am now 8 inches bigger around my middle from the swelling, which just shows why I can't get my clothes on. So the fact that I've measured this now is great, because I can now see week on week what the improvement's going to be. But that said, I took photographs this morning and was really thrilled with what I saw. You know, if I'm 8 inches bigger, but that's what I can see in the mirror in terms of the shape and the definition that I can already see coming through the front here. Oh man, it's incredible. Mr. Ahmed, he just rocks. So I'm thrilled to bits with that, but I really did struggle getting clothes on, and I've had to opt for a knitted skirt. And I didn't want to go because I'm walking like I've done something in my pants, quite honestly. You know, and I'm hunched over, so I'm sort of walking like this, and you get to a staircase and I have to go both feet on one step because otherwise my leg sets off. I'm like a decrepit old woman, and I was a bit embarrassed, but we got there and we just had a lovely time, so it was worth it. But I am shattered now. I wanted to talk to you about lipo, because as some of you know, in my previous vlog I said that I didn't really want lipo because of the pain and how much swelling it causes. But Mr. Ahmed convinced me that it was the right thing to do, and I'm glad that he has. I could have lost more weight, there's no doubt about it. You know, I'm 11.5 stone. I'm a bit heavier than that today actually because of the swelling, but you know, that's where I've been maintaining for the last probably 3-4 months, 11.5 stone. I could have got down below that. I'm 5'6", so you know, I could have probably got down to 10 stone, 9.5 stone. There are a lot of people out there who do that, but I didn't want to, because I like my face as it is. I don't want my collarbones to protrude too much. I like them as they are. I love my legs. I don't want to lose my bum. I don't want to lose my boobs. I don't want to get, for me personally, I don't want to get to the point where I can see every single muscle, particularly on my back, you know, and in my legs. I want to try and keep my womanly curves, but have some muscle definition. And for me, that's a real fine line. So losing more weight and getting too lean wasn't what I wanted to do. And you know, I can quite easily lose far too much weight in my face and start to look like I'm ill, and I didn't want that. So when we discussed it, he said if you carry on losing weight, it's not necessarily going to come off your tummy, so stop now. but have the lipo to remove the fat pockets that were sitting here under my boobs, which a lot of people when I post photographs used to think were abs, but they're not. They were two pockets here. So I had lipo there to remove those, and then lipo down the flanks to kind of bring in the waist, because I've got a very thick waist. It causes extreme swelling. So from the side at the moment, I mean, it's just huge around here. And a lot of the swelling is here down my back, where the flanks were done from the lipo. And that's going to take a while to disappear, because essentially what he does is it's called tumescent liposuction, and they use a cannula, and the cannula is filled with some sort of fluid that inflates the fat cell, so that it's much less serious to remove it, because you can do lots of harm. But if you inflate it or swell the fat cell, then it's easier to suck it up or suck it out. And he actually removed 2 pounds worth of fat by doing the liposuction, which is incredible. But it does leave you with loads of swelling, because your lymphatic system goes into overdrive and fills your body with water in order to protect it. It is pretty horrible. I actually watched it on YouTube before I had it, and I also watched a tummy tuck operation, so I knew what was going to happen to my body. It's pretty brutal, and what I'm finding is, what's weird is he must have gone in at different points, and I can feel stinging sensations at points on my body where he's gone in, almost like what you'd feel with a burn, but you can't really see it because there's no stitches there. They leave the entry point open so that the fluid can drain away. What also happens is an immense amount of bruising. So I was literally black and blue, despite taking arnica all the way down here and across the bottom of my back and at some parts on my tummy. And that's starting to fade now at day 11. But, oh God, you do look like you've gone through 20 rounds with Mike Tyson. It's pretty damning. But hopefully the result will be worth it. So I think for me, choosing to have the liposuction rather than lose an extra stone, which may have come off different parts of my body and, you know, made me look drawn and too slim for me, that was the right decision. And I'm pleased that I've taken it. And looking in the mirror this morning, despite the swelling, seeing the photograph that I took, I mean, if I'm 8 inches bigger than I should be around my middle, once all that swelling settles down, with the legs that I've got and the boobs that I've got, it's just going to be amazing. I was thrilled to bits this morning seeing what I saw in the mirror. So, you know, despite the difficult journey and the pain, and the fact that I can't get any clothes, it's all going to be worthwhile and so worth it, and can't thank Mr. Ahmed enough. And on that note, I will leave you to enjoy your Sunday, and I will speak to you tomorrow.